Right then, if you've ever wanted to build a mystery that truly gets under your player's skin, one that challenges not just their wits, but their entire understanding of how magic works, well, you've come to the right place. Today, we are cracking open the casebook on arcane forensics.
You know the scene, don't you? The classic impossible crime. It's the kind of setup that can stop even the most seasoned adventurers dead in their tracks. How on earth do you solve a murder with no weapon, no way in, and no witnesses? Well, the answer isn't in what you see, it's in what you can feel.
And this, my friends, is what we call arcane forensics. It's the absolute key to designing and solving crimes in a world that's just swimming in magic. See, it's about treating magic not as a simple get-out-of-jail-free card, but as a part of the crime itself.
So what is it, exactly? Well, think of arcane forensics as the art of reading the magical fingerprints left behind at a scene. Every single spell, you see, from the simplest little cantrip to the most world-shaking ritual, it leaves a trace, a residue, a weird contradiction, a disturbance in the very weave of magic. Now this is the crucial point. If you take absolutely nothing else away from our little chat today, remember this. Magic should never be the I win button for an investigation. It gives you clues, sure, it gives you red herrings, and it certainly throws in complications. It's a tool for your investigators, yes, but it can just as easily be a weapon for the criminal.
All right, enough theory. Let's get our hands dirty, shall we? We're going to take a look at a few crime scenes where some very common spells are used in some very uncommon ways, creating some properly perplexing mysteries for your players to unravel.
Okay, case number 1. The room is suspiciously perfect. There's no blood, not a speck of dust, zero sign of a struggle. Now your players, they might be completely stumped, but a clever wizard, they might just catch the faint tang of ozone in the air. A cleric might sense this lingering minor magical aura. See, this isn't just a clean room, it's a magically scrubbed crime scene. And the use of a simple prestidigitation spell, that becomes the very first thread to pull. It proves there was something to hide.
Right. Next up, we've got a public execution where no one even noticed it happened. A man is stabbed right in the middle of a bustling, noisy tavern, surrounded by people, but not a single person heard a cry for help, not even the sound of a struggle. How is that even possible?
In this case, the evidence isn't something that's there. It's what's missing. The witnesses, they remember seeing a bit of an argument, but their memory is hazy, fuzzy, because the key sense was completely gone. The victim's face is a mask of terror, frozen in a silent scream, and a simple detect magic spell reveals the culprit, a fading sphere of magical silence. The killer's greatest tool just became their calling card.
Now, let's get really tricky and challenge one of your players' most trusted tools. They cast Speak with Dead, right? They're expecting a quick confession. But instead, the corpse calmly explains it was all just a clumsy accident. But a suspicious player, a clever player, might cast another detection spell and find that the soul responding isn't the victim's at all. It's an imposter or a magical trap, or the soul itself has been twisted to tell a lie. You can never, ever let the dead have the final word without a bit of cross-examination.
Now consider this gruesome scene. A nobleman is found partially merged with the stone of his own castle wall. The obvious conclusion? It's a horrific, vengeful murder. But is it? An arcane forensic investigator has to ask different questions. Are there traces of conjuration magic? Was he the target of a spell or the caster of one that went horribly, horribly wrong? The evidence doesn't just point to a cause of death, it points to intent.
And all of this leads to a critical question for us, behind the screen. How do we handle those powerful spells that threaten to solve the whole mystery in a single casting? How do you keep the challenge alive when your players have divination magic at their fingertips?
The key is to be clever, not to be restrictive. First, answer divination spells with the literal, inconvenient truth. A spell might reveal the killer's location, sure, but that location happens to be the astral plane. Good luck with that. Second, remember that smart criminals prepare. They use spells like non-detection, or they have magic items to shield themselves. And third, make any visions or prophecies symbolic. The spell shows them a roaring lion. Is that a noble house crest, a tavern sign, or just a clue about the killer's ferocious nature? Make them work for it.
Ultimately, the goal here is to reward the investigation itself. The satisfaction for your players should come from piecing all the clues together, from that aha moment when they finally connect the silent tavern to the lying corpse. Casting a spell is easy. Real deduction, now that is an achievement. Reward your players for thinking like detectives, not just for happening to have the right tool for the job.
So why bother with all of this? Why adopt this mindset? Well, it's because it transforms a simple whodunit puzzle into a deeply immersive story that feels completely unique to your world.
When players know they can't just cast a single spell to get the answer, they have to really engage. They have to talk to witnesses, they have to analyze the scene, and they have to debate theories amongst themselves. This whole forensic approach, it pushes player engagement to its absolute highest level. And trust me, that creates a far more memorable and satisfying experience for everyone at the table.
And that, right there, is the true art of arcane forensics. It teaches your players to stop looking for simple solutions and start asking intelligent, insightful questions. It shifts their entire perspective from, what spell do I cast, to, what does the evidence truly mean?
So take these tools and have a look at your own world. Think about the magic that flows through it, and the crimes it could create. The Viscount in his locked room, he's waiting. The silent tavern is ready for business, and the lying dead have a story to tell, if your players are clever enough to uncover the truth. Now, go on. Go and build your impossible crime.